Going forward, bumps in the road, there always are, not of our own making in the business. I think the business has been remarkably resilient over the last year or so post-COVID. And if it can get through that, it can get through most things. And I think the demand in all our segments, not just Emirates, we have very strong growth in just about everything where we're looking at. I think the industry is facing the same kind of upside, if you can call it that. And as long as things don't take a turn for the worse, don't forget we've got elections in the United Kingdom, we've just had an Indian election, we've got Mexican elections, we've had South African elections. So, you know, the world's in a bit of a state of flux at the moment, but the resilience in our markets remains strong, possibly because there are so many elections and probably people are becoming politically washed out. They just want to get on planes and go and enjoy themselves. So hopefully they'll remain for the rest of the year and beyond. For Emirates, it's our supply problems. It's trying to get new aeroplanes in that we contracted for so long ago, and having to take on major capital programs to refurbish our aircraft. We're having to do nearly 170 now. The interiors are becoming tired. They should have gone a long time ago. So we're going to have to spend probably $15, $20, $30 million per aeroplane, gutting the insides and putting in all the new products that we've been waiting to absorb. And I don't think we're alone in that. Most of the industry, whether they be in our kind of segment, which is medium long haul with wide-bodied equipment, and others in short haul, are all facing supply problems, whether it be the OEM and the airframe manufacturers or the propulsion. And in my career, it's a long one, I've never seen anything as gridlocked as this has been on that side of the fence. And it's affecting all of us. So for me, it's probably the one single thing that's giving us a little bit of jip. But we'll manage, we'll keep going. There seems to be no unanimity in the way governments, regional, political groupings, whatever they may, they're not on the same page. And so long as they remain off that same page, it makes life very difficult for us to exercise all the stuff that we need to do in the airline industry. There's not a manufacturer in our aerospace airline industry is not minded to get the job done. It's just so hard for us. I get irritated by people coming up with mandates. You will do all this with SAF and you will need to produce 10%, you'll need to use 10%. And then we say, well, we're an airline. We don't produce the fuel. The government said, that's not my problem, that's your problem. And we said, well, really? So are we now to take on the multinationals and go into refining business, a bit like Anderson did in Delta all those years ago, set up for different reasons. So it's a hot topic. We've got a job to do. We've still got 4.5 billion people traveling a year, and that's growing all the time, and they want to travel. And we've got to be able to do the right thing for them, and we will.